Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to welcome you to next Industry 5.0 keynote speech. This time we will speak about the position of construction industry in the age of Industry 5.0. My name is Rada. I am human and I am the founder of Industry 5.0. And before we continue, let us talk about the background of Industry 5.0. Industry 5.0 is based on the principles of systematic waste prevention called industrial upcycling. It is a systematic waste prevention methodology applicable for industries, the only one existing in the world. Industry 5.0 and industrial upcycling prevented in 7 years already more than 1 million metric tons of products and material to become waste, thanks to systematic utilization of the on-the-ground mines or existing resources. Industry 5.0 is the first industrial evolution ever led by man, by human, and it is applicable everywhere, in every segment and every industry without limitation. It recognizes 4 types of waste: physical, social, urban, and process waste. And if you know what Industry 5.0 is, let's talk about construction industry. According to Wikipedia, construction covers the process involved in delivering buildings, infrastructure, and industrial facilities and associated activities throughout the end of their life. It typically starts with planning, financing, and design, then continues with construction and building, and ends up with demolition, dismantling, and decommissioning. And this is very different from, for example, food industry. It accounts for more than 10% of global GDP, and it employs almost 280 million people worldwide. The output on a global scale is worth estimated to 10.8 trillion US dollar, or was estimated in 2017. What is the relationship between construction industry and waste? It is a very close relationship because construction waste, which means construction and demolition materials, consists of unwanted material produced directly or indirectly by the construction or industries, counts for a very big share of the total waste volume. We are not speaking only about the demolition, we are speaking about the preparation, dredging, tree stumps, rumble, and many more. And what is important, some of the construction waste consist of big part of hazardous substances. But have you realized that 49% of the trucks are going filled just one way? And have you realized that the legislation in your country probably rate all demolition waste, even pre-demolition waste, as a waste automatically, no matter how old or usable it is? What is the reality? We are living on one place, it's called the Earth, and once it was called blue marble. We are living on a planet around which we have been able to establish global landfill on an orbit consisting of 170 million pieces of space debris, pieces smaller than 10 centimeters. Plus you have to add another 650,000 of 10 to 30 centimeters and 80,000 above 30 centimeters. We are living on a planet on which we dig inside, hunting for one and only criteria of success: for more. No matter what we are speaking about, more is the only criteria and success in construction industry. In Hong Kong, only 38% of the total landfill volume and waste, solid waste, is made by construction waste. 30% of weight of material which is being imported to constructions, to the infrastructure or buildings, is becoming waste. We are having buildings which are kept empty to become waste. We are having brownfields in the cities which for decades are already empty, leaving only the fingers pointing to the sky. We are building factories which in the front offices have wall filled with certificates, including environmental certificates, and behind there are landfills. We are carrying our water in fire trucks, not knowing that same amount of water is needed to produce just one and simple hamburger, and we do it on a planet on which this image is a reality. We do it on a planet where we live together with 7.7 billion people, not knowing that 200 years ago it was only 1 billion. Not knowing that 100 years ago it was just 1.5 billion, and despite of 2 world wars, global pandemic Spanish flu, and more than 650 local war conflicts, there are 5 times more people living on a planet, and in 2050 it should be 11 billion people living in here. And just now remember the images of the planet I showed you before. What is the global development? It is predicted that till 2050 the waste volume should grow everywhere. It's known that almost all the material can be recycled, reused, or utilized, but in fact only 13.5% on a global scale is really recycled, according to World Bank. According to the same institution which in 2010 introduced in 107 pages document the development plan, not knowing that decade later there is 5 times more brownfields on the planet than it was before. It is the same institution who says that the value of waste industry in 2016 was 285 billion US dollars, and in 2023 it should be 435 billion. There is need for change. When I was born, the planet was called blue marble, but last year it was not blue anymore because of the environmental damage. We need the change because we cannot plant our food to throw it straight away because the leaves are not green enough. We have to change because we cannot fill our rivers with waste because we don't need it and we do not want to spoil the price. We cannot produce our food and serve it in a bio-waste garbage bins. We cannot produce products to throw it away just because we don't need it, no matter how expensive, how valuable, or how long does it take to make it. I am on my way for 7 years, and we have estimated in 2019 the value of waste prevention to 475 trillion US dollar a year, because it is much more valuable than the full waste industry in global picture. Until now, we have built our future on the top of a pyramid, so-called waste pyramid. But it's not stable on the top of a pyramid. Many tried before and no one succeeded. I recognized this danger 7 years ago, and I decided to find another groundstone, a groundstone on which future can be built. It's a groundstone in a shape of a cube. Firstly, we have to recognize that something must not become waste. And if we are successful, we have to reconsider what to do with it. And it's hard. But if we succeed, we have to realize, and then we can start to change the world. And how does it work? If you look at the garbage bins, you will recognize garbage unless you learn how to recognize the value. And if you do so, and if you spend your time reconsidering what to do, you can deliver product. And in this case, it's 15 times more valuable than the aluminium waste at the beginning. We can still use single-use items and throw it away after just a one and single use, or we can spend our time and find the utilization, not only to give it back to the industries, but to make stools, chairs for kindergarten, parks, schools. We can change the function. What is the value of waste prevention? It was said already, it's 475 trillion US dollar a year. And the best about, already in the first year, you can save up to 50% of the waste management value. And this is a huge amount for everyone. How will construction industry looks like in the age of Industry 5.0? It will change. It will increase the material utilization to 95%. The waste legislation will include the construction pre-waste, or will exclude the construction pre-waste from a waste list. Pre-demolition audit will be a must. And underground mines, bank, will become part of every global industrial system, including the construction industry system. Global trading and of the underground mines will become a standard, and all construction plans will include the material recovery plans. First will be the secondary utilization, second will be the demolition. We have to change from wasteful to wasteless. And we can start with our education, because we cannot grow components. We have to grow humans. And humans need creativity, openness, communication. And we shouldn't waste our time by asking 5 times why, when we can ask only one, but the right question. We have to learn that different is good, not a shame, and then that everyone can change the world with the work of his or her hands. And we have to be proud on one and only title, the human. Industry 5.0 is the first industrial evolution ever, led by man, by human. It's a new mindset of people and businesses, from wasteful to wasteless, and it delivered the results without need of capital investment. It's based on the principles of systematic waste prevention, industrial upcycling, and it utilizes the existing underground mines. And it's based everything on transparency, profit sharing, and efficiency. And please understand, Industry 5.0 is not a sales tool or a product. It's completely new environment. We are living in the age of digitalization of our work. We are living in the year of digitalization of our education, and we are living in the time of digitalization of our leisure. So it seems like that the only thing which needs to be digitalized is the man himself. But if he goes this way, his world will look like this. It will be a black hole, because data don't need light. I recognized this danger 7 years ago, and I started to build the wasteless world, and my world looks like this. And if your world looks the same, you can join me. And if you struggle on your way, please get in touch with me. I'm on my way for 7 years, and I would like to help you. My name is Rada, and I am human. I would like to thank you all for your time. And I wish you have a nice day, free of waste and wasting in all its forms, and stay safe. Goodbye.